Hi, this is Rick Bice with Bice Fit Exercises on behalf of Edmonds Park and Recreation. Today we're going to go through a circuit training class. What we'll do is we'll alternate between strength training exercises for the muscles, bones, and connective tissues, and then cardiovascular exercise for the heart, lungs, and circulatory system. What we'll do, it's all timed, so what we'll do is we'll do a minute on an exercise. We'll take a 30-second break. We'll do another minute on the same exercise or something very similar, and then we'll move on to the next exercise. So I'll call all those out as they happen. What you'll need for this exercise program today is a chair over here, maybe some light to medium dumbbells, and some resistance tubing or band. Maybe light or medium, whatever you have on that. With or without handles, doesn't matter on that. We will begin with a warm-up. We will go through the exercises, then we'll finish off with a cool down and then some stretches at the end. This is all at your own pace, so we strive for a minute's worth of work. If you need to take your breaks, quicker than that, or if by the end of the minute you're not tired or fatigued, you could just go straight through that break that we have. So it's all up to you, the kind of resistance you use, whatever works for your body. Make sure your surrounding area is clear, that you've got room to move around, arm's width sort of stuff at least. You have a proper footwear for the floor that you have. If you've got slippery hardwoods, make sure that you're wearing good shoes that aren't going to slip and slide. If you've got thick carpet, making sure that your feet aren't going to get, isn't going to get caught on the carpet or something and trip you up. So just being careful. All right, let's begin. Okay, here we go. We are going to start with our warm-up today. So let's get moving. Just going to do some easy side to side. Remember, our warm-up, is designed to just get our bodies ready for more activity. So this is not brisk. This is not vigorous at all. Just nice and easy, nice and slow. By the end of 2 minutes, heart rate, breathing should be up a little bit. We're just circulating the blood throughout the body, greasing up the joints a little bit, stretching out the lungs. So nice and easy. I'm going to add a little cross punch here. So anytime you're ready, you can do what I'm doing or warm up any way that you see fit, as long as you're feeling good and safe. Remember to clear out a space, good arm's width all around you at least, good 5 by 5 foot spot if you have. Making sure that you're picking up your feet, especially if you're on carpet or rugs. Making sure that your shoes are not too slick for the floor that you're on, that sort of stuff. Just staying safe, making sure you got no dumbbells, coffee tables, all that sort of stuff in the way. We got about 46 seconds left. I'm going to switch to a ladder climb here. 3, 2, 1. All right, so up and down. Just mimicking some of the exercises that we'll be doing. When we do this on warm-up and cardio, it's going to be a little faster and brisker than if you were to do it with resistance. So nice and easy. You should be able to talk, of course, meaning that you should not be out of breath. All right, we got another 10 seconds. Let's keep this up. Keep moving. Remember to have water near you so you can take sips anytime you get thirsty. All right, well done. Okay, first thing we got is our sit to stand. So you'll need your chair and some dumbbells. So making sure that your chair, nice and solid, not going to tip over on you, not going to move, not going to slide around. I've got mine sitting on a mat, so it's not going to slip and slide on me. A couple dumbbells. Remember, dry hands, good firm grip. So first thing we got is our sit to stand. So making sure Now you know where that chair is behind you. Feet about hip to shoulder width apart. You're going to sit down, sit back. You're going to lean backwards slightly, and then stand up, lean over your feet and stand. Feet shouldn't move anywhere. If feet don't go anywhere, then you know exactly where that chair is, right? Take a seat and lean back. And what we're going to do is add a bicep curl. So I'm going to take a seat, lean back, bend the elbows all the way, and then straighten all the way, nice and slow and controlled. Lean over my feet, stand up, sit back down, lean backwards, letting the abdominals do some work. Okay. Now add that bicep curl in. Make sure to sit more on the front half of the chair so that you have some room to lean backwards. Couple more seconds. Nice and slow and controlled. There you go. So remember, no momentum. Nice and slow and controlled, making sure that you're not bumping against the chair and having it maybe slide back every time. So you know where that chair is when you take a seat. Sitting, of course, on the front half of this chair so that you have room to lean back. If the back of the chair is touching on the back, try to sit forward a little bit more so that you can get some abdominal work. And then those dumbbells with these bicep curls, right? All right, so in position again. And let's start. So taking a seat, lean back, bicep curl. 3 separate exercises, all melted into one. We're getting our bicep muscles in the upper arms. We're getting some abdominal muscles in the torso, along with spinal muscles. We're getting some hip and glutes in the rear. And of course, thigh muscle. Again, feet about hip to shoulder width apart, so adjust as you need to. Try to keep those feet on the floor at all times. And as always, breathe. Make sure not to hold your breath at all. Always breathing. 10 seconds. All right. Nice job there. Well done. Okay, so getting rid of your dumbbells. Get rid of your chair. And what we'll do next is something with the resistance tubing or your band. So I've got resistance tubing with or without handles. You're probably not going to use the handles anyway, depending on how long the tubing is and how long your arms are. So what we're going to do is you're going to bring that tubing around your back, right at armpit level. All right. And then you're going to start with the hands at the armpits, and then you're going to push out. All right, and then back in nice and slow. Push out all the way till your elbows are straight, and back in. Whatever stance gives you good support. You want to bear down on those abdominals. All right, so now what we'll do is we'll add a little bit of protraction. So we're going to push out as far as we can, and then we're going to stretch. Add a little extra pop, and then back in. Push out as far as you can, add an extra stretch, and then back in. Okay? You can do it all in one motion, or you can do it in 2 separate little motions. Just get that extra stretch. About 17 seconds. Nice and controlled. Breathing. Dry hands, right? You don't want these bands, snapping back at you or slipping out of your hands. A couple more seconds. There we go. All right, take a break. So where you grab on the band is up to you, and that will determine, of course, how tough it is. Not only just the the thickness and the tension of the band, but also where you grab. So the further I grab to the end, the easier it's going to be. It's going to pull on this band less. If I grab further in, it's going to be tougher. I'll get a little bit more resistance. So play around with that and see what works for you as far as resistance wise. All right, let's get in position again. So abdominals braced. We want equal amount of tension on both hands. There we go. Make sure to breathe. Good posture, standing up tall. There you go, looking great there. Good firm grip. Only thing moving, elbows and shoulders, shoulder blades. No hips involved. No head or neck moving around. Again, bearing down on those abdominals. We got about 20 seconds. Here we're working pectorals, which are the chest muscles. We've got triceps in the backs of the upper arms, and then front deltoid in the front of the shoulder. Those are our main movers. A little bit of serratus anterior in the upper rib area, especially with the protraction, that little pop we're doing at the end. All right, nice job. Well done. Okay, so rid of the resistance tubing. Let's grab a dumbbell, one dumbbell, and your chair. Remember to grab sips of water too whenever you're thirsty. So a couple different ways we can do this. This is a standing exercise, but we're going to bend and use the chair for support. Easier way is going to be to stand in the back of the chair, 1 foot forward, doesn't matter which one, whatever's comfortable for you. And you're going to lean forward using the chair for support and bring that elbow back. Hand is going to go right to the top of the ribs where the armpit is, and then back down nice and slow. Okay, you're going to be pulling against gravity on this one. If you want it a little tougher, use the front part of the chair, just kind of leaning forward. All right, now being careful, making sure this chair isn't going to tip, so maybe in the front part of the chair or the middle, whatever feels comfortable, right on the leg possibly. You just have to figure out where's a good spot on your chair where it's not going to tip or move. But here we're pulling straight back, or straight up, elbow goes back, squeezing the shoulder blade towards the spine, and back down. We'll do one arm and then the other. You can switch at any time, of course, if you like. Elbow goes straight up, shoulder blade squeezes toward the center of your spine. Nice and slow and controlled, not letting that dumbbell fall down or anything. All right, take a break there. And then again, same thing for the other side. You can use the chair, and again, whatever leg feels comfortable in front. You're just hinging forward, okay? Not letting that low back round out, but hinging forward. If I do this here, I'm just gonna hinge forward, try to keep that low back straight. This sort of motion here. The more forward we are, the more we're gonna be in line with gravity here, as opposed to being more upright using the back of the chair. So it all depends on what's comfortable to you, how much resistance you want. Try to keep that head above the heart if you can, especially if you're prone to lightheadedness or dizziness. Here I've got my weight is shifted more onto this front leg, and I'm just hinge forward, elbow goes back, squeeze that shoulder blade towards the spine. We got about 10 seconds. Head is just neutral, doing whatever your chest is doing. Here we're working upper back muscles between the shoulder blades. All right, nice job. We're getting some bicep in the front of the upper arm, and then rear deltoid in the back of the shoulder. All right, so let's see, get rid of that dumbbell, move your chair out of the way. We've got a cardiovascular, so make sure your space is clean, nothing to trip over. Give yourself a little bit of room. Again, at least an arm's width all around you if you can. Now you can get going right on cardiovascular, or you can wait. We got a transition of another, looks like 11 seconds. Great time to grab, a sip of water. All right, I'm going to start off. We'll do a little bit of front heel tapping. Let's do that here. So 2 minutes and 20 seconds is what we got going for our cardio. Cardio is just like the warm-up, a little faster, a little more brisk. Add some front punches here. How fast you go is up to you. What you do is up to you. You can follow along with me, or if you've got a treadmill or elliptical or rowing machine in the same room, punching bag, aerobic step, any of those things will work just great. Stairs that you want to climb up and down, jump rope. If you've done martial arts classes or Zumba, aerobics, sports, any of that sort of stuff, dance classes. All right, I'm going to switch to toe taps here. 3, 2, 1. Still going to do the forward punching. And again, whatever pace is up to you. Think about a talk test. We got 1 minute and 20 left. Think about, if you can talk like I'm talking and you're not too out of breath, then you're probably okay. That's about where you want to be. If you can't talk, that means you're probably, pushing too hard. Maybe going too fast. Whatever you're doing, slow it up a little bit to make sure you can still talk. All right, I'm going to switch to bicep curl, hamstring curl. 3, 2, 1. So bicep curls, I'm just bending those elbows and then kicking myself in the rear, or pretending to at least, with the hamstring curls here. Nice and quick. We're doing this faster than we would, if we had resistance. It's okay to get momentum involved in this. Nice and easy. We got about 20 seconds here. Think of the singing test too. Singing. If you can sing right now, then you probably need to work harder. Maybe go a little faster, whatever you're doing. You shouldn't be able to sing, but you should be able to talk. We're just trying to get the heart rate and the breathing elevated. All right, nice job. Well done. Okay, so we've got a seated heel raise and shrug. So grab your chair again and some dumbbells. Remember to grab water too. If you're getting thirsty, probably already starting to get dehydrated. So taking a seat, and here you can sit on the first half of the chair, or fully to where your back's all the way against it, whatever's comfortable for you. But you want to be able to shrug up. So letting those arms dangle at your sides and shrug up. Okay. Now to get a little bit of abdominal work, try not to lean back against the back of the chair or be supported at all. Let your abdominals and your torso keep you in good posture and in good position. That'll work the abs a little bit. So here we have a shrug. Arms are dangling, and then you're going to shrug up as high as you can. Elbows up to your ears. I'm sorry, shoulders up to your ears. Shoulders to the ears. And then what we'll do is we're going to go up and down with the heels, working the calf muscles. And I'm just going to alternate back and forth here. All the way up. Firm grip on those dumbbells. Dry hands. Trying to make sure they're not whacking against your chair or anything. And then up as high as you can on your toes. Heels up. Looking good. Got about 5 seconds here. You can do this standing also. Works a different part of the calf. All right, take a break. If you want a little more work on the calf, take your dumbbells and set them on the ends of your knees. And now when you do those heel raises, you've got a little extra weight and resistance on those calf muscles. Again, if you want to do this standing, that's fine too. You're getting gastrocnemius. Here in the bent knee position sitting, we're getting soleus, different, a more deeper part of the calf. And then we're getting upper trapezius between the neck and the shoulder when we do our shrugs here. All right, so in position again. Good posture, remember, and always breathing. And I'm alternating, but if you want to do it at the same time too, that's fine. Whether you alternate or do it at the same time, or break it apart, you know. Maybe you just do the heel raises with some weights on your knees, and then maybe you stand or sit and just do the shrugs. Again, that's all up to you. And the good thing about video is you can pause at any time and you know, do what you want, and then start playing or fast forward, rewind, any of that sort of stuff. About 25 seconds. Nice and easy pace. No momentum involved, right? And always breathing. Good posture. Looking good there. Keep going. 7 seconds. Feel those muscles tensing. All right, nice job. Well done. Okay, so keep some dumbbells, lighter ones if you have them. We're going to do some ladder climbs, which involves shoulder presses. So lighter dumbbells work better. Let's get rid of that chair. Again, give yourself some room. So think about if you've ever climbed a ladder, you've got rungs that hands go up and feet go up. So this sort of motion here, okay? You're going to march along with a shoulder press, just one arm and one foot at a time. Opposites or same side, doesn't matter. Palms are going to be in or forward. Elbows can be in or out. Kind of just depends on what's comfortable for you, okay? Firm grip, dry hands, of course. Try to keep it controlled, not too fast. Easy to get going fast on this one. How high you go with those knees is up to you. But just think about, you know, if you're climbing up and grabbing the next rung on the ladder, stepping up on the next rung. You can do this without weight and dumbbells also. It's all up to you. 25 seconds. Should get the heart rate elevated on this also. Kind of play around with where that elbow is, what part of the deltoids you're hitting here, with where your elbow's in or out. And then we're getting hip flexors, fronts of the hips, of course. All right, take a break there. Shake it out a little bit. Set the weights down if you need to, of course. We got another minute. We got about 25 seconds. Grab sips of water if you're thirsty. All right, in position. Here we go. Let's try it again. So rack the dumbbells up above your shoulders to start. And up and down. You could also just do legs or just do arms, or if you want to do both arms at the same time and get more work, that's all up to you. Just remember, nice and controlled pace, especially if you're using resistance. If you don't have any resistance, you could speed this up, of course. "25 seconds. Keep breathing. Good posture. Nice job. Those palms are facing in or in and forward slightly. Adjust your range of motion if you need to. If you can't reach all the way up, that's fine. Make it a smaller range of motion. All right, good job. Okay, let's get rid of those dumbbells. Burning on the shoulders a little bit, yeah? All right, well, we're gonna give the arms a break. Got something for the legs. So side lunge is what we're doing next here. So what we'll do is step to the side and then sit back, shifting your weight onto that side leg. Okay. Head and chest are going to face forward, facing me. All right, we got about 10 seconds to start, so just take a look. Head and chest facing forward, low back is straight. You may hinge forward a little bit. deep you go in this lunge is up to you. The deeper you go, of course, the more work it's going to be. Just make sure as you go down that knee is not going forward, okay? Don't want the knee going forward. You want your rump sitting backwards. Sitting backwards and to the side slightly, because you're shifting weight sideways. How big of a step you take is also up to you. And then push off with that leg too. Let that outside leg that you're squatting on push you off back to the center. Don't let your other leg pull you back to the middle. A couple more seconds. All right, take a break. Nice job there. So here we're working quadriceps in the thighs, glutes in the rear and in the side of the hip, abdominals, torso muscles and spinal muscles, of course, have to help support and stabilize. Remember, how deep you go is all up to you. Got about 10 seconds. Shake things out, take a break, make sure those muscles aren't burning anymore. Get some energy back. All right, let's try it again. Whichever side you want, of course, it doesn't matter to start with. Hands can do whatever. If you want more resistance, grabbing a dumbbell, and holding it, passing it to the other hand, or a kettlebell or something, to add a little more resistance and weight to your body. Your weight again shifts more back on that heel, on that leg. And how low you go is up to you. Nice and slow and controlled. 10 seconds. Keep it up. Keep breathing. All right, nice job. Okay, so clear area. We got another cardiovascular. Again, making sure your chair's out of the way. Your dumbbells have been moved. They're not sitting right on the floor next to you. All righty. So again, you can get going right away, or take this transition to, take a water break. We got about 20 seconds. All right, I'm going to start off with some hamstring curls here. Work your way up, from a slower pace onto a faster pace. And remember that talk test. Good time to put on, music if you don't have any music on already. Putting some good music on that keeps you moving. A little cross step. Something that's 128 beats per minute, around that area is going to be a good fast speed for cardio work. All right, a little bit of a reach and pull across. How fast you go is up to you. Remember, let's try to keep our balance. Go, looking good. Remember that talk test, that singing test. That'll tell you where you're at. Or, if you're taking your heart rate or you got a Fitbit or something, around 70% of your max heart rate is about where you want to be for this. This is not high intensity. This is circuit training here. We're just trying to keep the heart rate elevated throughout the whole class, spiking it up at different times with these short little cardio bursts, and then working on the strength training and endurance, which it is mostly endurance. We're going, a minute or two per set. That's a lot of repetitions. So we want higher reps and lighter weight, keeping the heart rate elevated through the whole class. Great for fat burning. Got about 50 seconds here. I'm going to switch to some uppercuts here. 3, 2, 1. Just some uppercuts. I'm just shifting the weight back and forth with the feet. Whatever's comfortable for you. Just swinging up, punching up. And watch your area around you, of course. 15 seconds. I'm going to go to some front jabs here. Nice and easy. Be consistent. You can do most of these sitting also. You know, you can do a lot more upper body exercise. If you need to sit during cardios, that's fine. All right, well done. Okay, so let's grab resistance tubing or bands again, whatever you have. Now, if you got a longer one, especially if it has handles, what you can do is stand on the handle with your heel. Actually, if you do opposite, and then this is going to go diagonal across your back. So I'm standing on with my left foot, and then it's going over my right shoulder. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to start with the elbow straight, bring it forward over my shoulder, and then what I can do is let it bend and straighten. I can also, put a hand here, just kind of hook a hand, just to hold on if I need to. And then this front arm here, straighten all the way, let it bend at least to a 90-degree angle or more, and then straighten all the way, lock the elbow, let it bend. All right, nice and easy. Now, if you don't have handles or your band's not that long, what you'll do instead is just grab it and just kind of hold it on the side of your hip. Again, with the elbow straight, hold it on the side of your hip, and then same sort of thing. Okay? Whatever works for you. Kind of depends on how tall you are, how long your arms are, how long your band is, which way you do this, whether you're stepping on the band with the opposite foot. All right, take a break here, or if you're just grabbing, at the hip or so with the opposite arm. All right? So again, you're going to let it go diagonal across you, and you're going to either step on it with the opposite foot, maybe the heel area, making sure that you've got enough weight on it that's not going to pop up, or you're just going to hold that kind of on the side of your hip. Let it go across your body, diagonal, across your back to the opposite shoulder, straighten that elbow, and then bring it forward in front of you. Okay, and then it's this. Letting it bend, and if I need more or less resistance, just kind of adjust as you need to. Okay, play around with that, with where you hold that band. And here we go. Again, straightening and bending. And that arm is straight out in front of me. Palm is facing in. And I'm straightening that elbow all the way, letting it bend to 90 degrees or more. Good posture, bracing those abdominals, breathing, and then whatever stance gives you, good stability. Again, nothing moving really but the elbow. That's the only thing moving. We want to work that tricep muscle in the back of the upper arm. All right, nice job. Think about if you've ever used a hammer, kind of this sort of motion. All right, well done. Okay, so keep your resistance tubing. We're now gonna do the opposite, which is bicep curls. So we work the tricep, back of the upper arm. Now we're gonna work the bicep, the front of the upper arm. So either with both hands at the same time or one hand at a time. Kind of depends on how long that band is, right? My band is thin enough and long enough, especially with the handles, that I can stand on it and then bicep curl. I can do at the same time, or I can do one at a time. All right. If you need to, drop a handle and step somewhere to where you can, need to do it single arm, that's fine too, with whatever works for you. Okay. Maybe 30 seconds on each hand and then switching, or try a minute and then take a break and do another minute on one hand and the other. All right, so bending all the way, Palms are facing up and forward. Elbows are at your sides, tucked in. The only thing moving right now is the elbows. Good posture, standing tall, breathing, bearing down those abdominals. If I need more resistance, I might, move my feet apart slightly. Step on the band a little closer to the handles. Okay, just kind of play around with whatever works for you, with the kind of resistance you're looking for. Make sure it's fairly even on both hands. All the way bent and all the way straight. All right, take a break there. So, of course, the thickness and toughness of your band, but then also, again, if you want more resistance, try to stand on it with both feet and do both hands at the same time. If you're a little taller, of course, that's going to take up more of the band, which is going to make things tougher also. So just kind of play around. Again, depending on how tall you are, how long your band is, that may determine whether you do this with just one hand at a time, or you can stand on the band and do both. So again, up to you. What I'll do is I'll switch up my curl a little bit. So I'm going to do a supination curl here, all the way up and then down, but I'm going to allow the forearms to rotate on the way in. My handles allow good rotation, and they move a little bit in the hand. They're not stuck and static, so they allow me a lot of range of motion to where my hand doesn't have to move at all unless I want it to on this. So if you have more of a fixed handle that doesn't roll on straps, feels a little different. So just kind of play around with that. We got about 11 seconds. Good posture. Keep going. Working the biceps, the upper arm. All right, nice job. Well done. Okay, last one of the strength exercises. Get rid of your bands and grab your chair and a dumbbell, one dumbbell, or actually two dumbbells. All right, so sitting on the first half of the chair like we've been doing, not against the back of the chair. Let's let our abdominals and torso do some work having to hold you. So what we're going to do is we're going to, just like we did with the shrugs, allow our arms to dangle at the sides. But instead of shrugging up, what we're going to do is, you might even put, one on here. You're going to reach down as far as you can, pull yourself back upright, and then the opposite direction. Lean over as far as you can comfortably, pull yourself upright, okay? Whatever your range of motion is, keep it controlled, slow and controlled. Make sure you're in a good solid enough chair that it's not going to tip on you, right? You don't want this chair tipping at all. And partly it determines on how far you lean over and also how much you weigh. If you've got a 45-pound dumbbell or something, more chance of this chair tipping or you getting pulled out of it. So depending on your resistance that you're grabbing, and then of course, how sturdy that chair is. Make sure to keep the feet flat on the floor. A couple more seconds here. Nice and controlled. All right, take a break there. So we're working obliques on the sides of the abdominals, the side handle area. As you go down, the opposite oblique is having to allow you to go down and then to pull you back upright, okay? So whatever hand you're using, the opposite side is what's working. All right, so we'll try it again. So again, in position here, and remember, good posture, head and chest up. We're not letting that slouch happen. We're not letting any kind of rounding out of that back. Let's go ahead and go. We want just a side bend. Try not to rotate at all if you can help it. And how far you lean over is up to you. Keep breathing. Reach down as far as you can. halfway there. "15 seconds. Keep going. All right. Nice job. Well done. Okay, so getting rid of those dumbbells, getting rid of your chair. We've got a cardio next. So clearing out that space. Getting a sip of water if you need to, or you can get going right on cardio, up to you. This is our last cardio. So push this one a little bit. I'm going to start a little side to side here. A little bit of reverse toe tap going. So minute and 22 seconds, or I'm sorry, 2 minutes and 20 seconds left here. So straight cardio movement. Again, we're trying to be brisk. We are trying to get that heart rate elevated, get your breathing elevated. Remember the singing and the talk test. All right, let's do a little bit of pulls here. So starting above your head with the hands and then pulling them down. Try to maintain good posture during cardio. Breathing. All right, gonna move to marching here. 3, 2, 1. Just some easy marching. Again, how fast you go is up to you. How much arm you have involved. How high those knees go. Minute and 19 seconds. There you go. Keep moving. Just be consistent. Again, if you need to sit and just do upper body stuff, that's fine too. All right, gonna go to some toe taps here. 3, 2, 1. Maybe a little bit of arm pulls here. "30 seconds left. And I'm going to go to some more side taps here. 3, 2, 1. Double hand pull, just out to the side. Real easy. Be consistent. Keep going. 5 seconds. All right, nice job. Okay, so 2-minute cool down. So keep moving. Don't stop yet. But now we start to slow it up. Okay? A little easier, less brisk. We want to keep moving, even if you're just walking in place or walking up and down your hallway, that sort of stuff. Whatever kind of cool down, whatever you need to do for a cool down is up to you, as long as you're moving. Go grab a drink of water and walk around at the same time. Now we want to get the heart rate down, okay? The opposite of our warm-up. Nice and slow, but keep moving. All right, we got about a minute left. So again, easy. You should be able to sing now, right? If you wanted to belt out a tune and sing, you should be able to do that now, because you want this to be easy. We don't want the blood pooling in our muscles. And sometimes when we do something that takes a lot of energy, the muscles need a lot of blood flow with oxygen and nutrients. They shunt and take a lot of blood, especially the muscles in the thighs. And then if you just stop, all of a sudden, things aren't circulating as well through the body and the brain as they could be, and sometimes that leads to lightheadedness and possible falls or fainting. So try to get that heart rate under 100 beats per minute. So if you're checking or you've got your Fitbit watch or whatever, 100 beats per minute or below is great to stop a cool down. If you need to keep cooling down, keep cooling down. Otherwise, we are done with the cool down. All right, so we'll finish off with a little bit of single leg balance, and then we'll do some stretches. So if you want and if you need, doing this next to your chair or the wall or something that you can, hold on to if you need to, or lean it against the wall. So we'll do about a minute, two sets of 1 minute. So whether you do that all on one leg, trying for that, or maybe you're just doing, shooting for 5 seconds at a time, that sort of stuff, all up to you. If this is, too hard, holding onto the chair, or just a finger, or maybe you got a toe on the ground, whatever works for you. If this is too easy, maybe you've got a ball that you want to bounce and catch at the same time, or swinging limbs around, or closing one or both eyes. Any of those, would make this a little tougher. So it just kind of depends on what you want to do. Make sure that knee is not locked. Okay, try to keep good posture, breathing. And we got about 20 seconds left. Again, you can shift back and forth from leg to leg. Whatever works. I'm shooting for a minute on one leg and a minute on the other leg. That's what I'm trying for. But you may be different. Okay, about 6 seconds. Ankles are burning a little bit. All right, nice. A little bit of toe circles. There we go. All right, I'm going to try the other side here. Let's try for another minute. Let's go. I feel more secure on my right leg than my left. And it's pretty easy to balance on this leg, so I got to challenge myself a little bit more on this side. And you may notice, a difference per leg. But we got all the ankle muscles, calf muscles are working, hip and glutes having to support your full weight, abdominals, all the muscles along your spine, all those small intrinsic muscles are having to work together. We got about 20 seconds. Maybe you're playing catch with somebody with the ball, that sort of stuff. You can take a dumbbell and move it in and out, that sort of stuff, trying to mess up your balance on purpose, trying to pull yourself off balance in order to work harder. All right, nice job. Okay, so let's do some stretching. Let's again clear that space out, make sure you have good room. Okay, so 3 different stretches, nice and easy here. We're going to start with the hamstring, so the back of the thigh. So what I'll do is I'm going to squat and lean a little bit, hinge. Most of my weight's on this back leg. I'm going to dig in the heel on this front leg. And I'm just going to squat and lean a little bit. Head and chest are going to stay forward, keeping above my heart for the head. And I'm trying to stretch the back of the thigh, behind the knee. You may feel it on the calf a little bit, or the rump, low back. Nice and static, a nice static hold, no bouncing, no jerking, nice and easy. And this is not, a balance exercise, so hold on to something if you need to. All right, let's switch legs. So other leg out in front. Real gentle. Again, we just want to relax those muscles. They're going to stretch much better when they're not being pulled or used. As if you're digging that heel in and trying to pull it back towards you. We try to hold these, a good 20 or 30 seconds per stretch. While breathing, of course. We got the breathing sign up there, right? Always reminding you, we don't hold the breath. All right, let's try another stretch here. So we've got something for the middle and upper back, lower back. So we're going to do a pelvic tilt. Okay, so hip thrusts forward, That low back is going to straighten out when you pelvic tilt. And then hands, going to interlace the fingers, looking at your palms, and then push those hands away from the body as far as you can. So rounding out the upper and middle back. That low back straightens out from its natural curve because of that pelvic tilt. You may feel some stretch in those forearms also. Let those wrists bend. And keep breathing. Almost there. All right, so our last stretch here for the chest, fronts of the shoulders, front part here. Start in this position, okay, at a 90-degree angle with the elbows and the shoulders. And then what you'll do is you'll bring your elbows backwards, squeezing your shoulder blades towards each other, towards your spine. And if you want, palms can go back behind the head or behind the ears, whatever's comfortable for you. Sticking that chest out, leaning back a little bit, keep breathing. Head just stays neutral. And now let's straighten those elbows and arms. Lead with your thumbs backwards, palms up. Now let's bend those palms too. Bend those fingers backwards. Okay? You're going to feel this in your forearms quite a bit also. Nice and wide. Keep holding. Keep breathing. All right, nice job. Shake it out a little bit. Oh, all right. Get some water. You're all done today. Thanks for being a part of the workout here. Have a great day.